Hello, you are welcome to today's lesson. We are in question 33. We are continuing with the tutorial question 2020-2021, which is drawn from application of differential calculus. In this case, we are looking at increasing function. The question says, find the range of values of x for which y equals to x cubed minus 5x squared upon 2 minus 2x plus 6 is increasing. So take note of this. This function here is increasing. So for us to solve this problem, the very first thing we are going to do is to rewrite this, which is y equals to x cubed, then minus 5x squared upon 2, then minus 2x, then plus 6. We are going to differentiate this because the function is increasing, okay? So we are going to differentiate this. Now we have dy dx to equals x cubed will become 3x squared, then minus, this is a 2 multiplied by 5x power 1 all upon 2, then minus 2. Then if you differentiate this, it's going to give us 0. So you can see that this 2, let's put this bracket here, okay? Then this 2, we cancel this to give us, finally, 3x squared, then minus, this is 5x, then this is minus what? Minus 2. Now all we have to do is to factorize this quadratic expression here. And let's do that over here. We are having 3x squared minus 5x, then minus 2. We are to factorize this. The very first thing is to multiply our 3x squared with this, and that will give us minus 6x squared. Now, what are the factors of minus 6? We have 6 and 1. We have 2 and 3. Now, we are looking for the factor that if we add it, it will give us minus 5x. If we multiply it, it will give us minus 6x squared. So, taking a look at the middle point, the middle part here, we have minus, okay? Now, this minus goes to the big factor, which in this case is here, and here we have this. And if you consider the last sign here is minus, it tells you the two factors will have different sign. So, if here is minus 6, here will be what? Plus 1. If here is minus 3, here will be what? Plus 3. Plus 2. Now, which of this expression will give us minus 5? If we check this first expression, if we simplify this, minus 6 plus 1, it will give us minus 5. So that is what we are looking for. Then we ignore this. Now, what do we do with this? We come to this place here. We write our 3x squared and replace minus 5x with those two functions, those two factors, which are minus 6x, then plus 1x. Then we write our minus 2. Now, the next thing we do here is that we are going to factorize these first two terms. In factorizing it, note the 3 and the 6. The common factor is 3. X squared and x power 1. We take the lesser power of x, which is x power 1. Then 3, we cancel 3. And then x squared is divided by x to give us x. Then 3 we divide, this 3 we divide 6 to give us 2. We put our minus 2 here. Then you see that x will cancel x. If we multiply these values, we are going to have what we have here in this bracket. Now we give a space and transfer this same value here, x minus 2. Then if we divide minus 2 by minus 2, that gives us plus 1. So in conclusion, our dy dx will give us, we take our 3x and group it with plus 1. That is these two values outside the bracket. Then we take the common factor here, which is what? X minus 2. Now, this is where we have arrived at, okay? Now, when we are having an increasing function, that increasing function means that our dy dx must be greater than what? 0. In other words, we are saying that for this function to be increasing, then dy dx must be what? Must be positive. That's what it means. So what do we do here now? If you draw this value, if you draw this particular, you will see that we are going to have something like this. And if we come down to this place here, you will see that our 3x plus 1 and then x minus 2 must also be what? Greater than 0. What this means is that 3x plus 1 must be greater than 0, or x minus 2 must be greater than 0. This gives us x to be greater than, we're having what? Minus 1 upon 3, or x is going to be greater than, move this to this side, it gives us 2. So the two boundary points here will be what? Minus 1 upon 3 and 2. So if you take a look at this graph, you will see that everything from this region here that I'm shading going this way, all right, that is everything here, if we say x is less than minus 1 upon 3, if we say x is less than minus 1 upon 3, that is x, it will be like minus 1, minus 2. If we take that minus 1 and plug it here, minus 1 times 3 is minus 3, minus 3 plus 2 plus 1 is minus 2. Then here is minus 1 minus 2, which is what? Minus 3. So we can say minus 2 times minus 3. That will give us a positive number, which is greater than. So which means that our x less than minus 1 upon 3 is going to give us a positive value. Now coming to this side, if you take all the points that are above 2, let's say 3 for example, plug it here. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1, 10. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 times 10 will give us a number that is greater than 0. So which means that x is going to be less than minus 1 upon 3 and x is going to be greater than 2. So this is going to be the solution to this problem.